fascinating. I think most people would have no idea that that's a franchise.
One of our largest contracts moves about 420 people a day to a remote meat packaging factory.
I do like that there's diversified revenue, and what a niche business. I would consider this to be a boring business, and there's a positive connotation associated to that these days. So for me, I'm really fascinated, and every day I learn about a franchise that I didn't know was a franchise, or an industry that's represented that I didn't know was a franchise. Because whenever I've been meeting more and more people lately, like in person, and they're like, "What do you do?" And we help people buy, grow, and scale franchise empires. And they're like, "Oh, interesting. Like, so, like, what industry? Like, or like food?" Or, and I'm like, "No, I try to tell people to stay away from food, having owned food franchises." But the automotive and like chauffeur transportation business, like, fascinating. I think most people would have no idea that that's a franchise. So I'd love it just to provide context for the listeners. What is Driverseat? What do you guys do?
Awesome. Yeah, we're what we call a charter transportation service. So we run in vehicles that are 7 passenger minivans all the way up to 24 passenger minibuses, and we provide really from a branding perspective, we divide the services up into 4 core verticals, which is airport ground transportation, wedding shuttles, charters and tours, which could be going to a sporting event or a corporate event or a corporate party, and then Care Plus, which is something that's a little more focused on the vulnerable sector, seniors, children. So we do a lot of work bringing kids to public schools, or sorry, private schools. We do a lot of work with seniors, taking them to appointments or out for groceries or things like that. So it's not Uber. Like we don't compete in the Uber taxi space. We're not an on-demand, A to B type of platform. We don't really compete in the limo space because we're not this sort of exclusive black car or custom stretch vehicle market. We are factory built vehicles. They come off the lot the way we buy them. And they're high passenger count vehicles, let's say. So 7, 9, 13, and 24 passenger. And we provide all sorts of services in there. And then there's a whole B2B vertical in there as well, B2B and B2G. So we do some transit work for different municipalities and counties. We do employee shuttles. One of our largest contracts moves about 420 people a day to a remote meat packaging factory, and we do that with multiple buses. So yeah, it's a real sort of nice makeup of revenue streams.
Yeah, I do like that there's diversified revenue, and what a niche business. I mean, there's this whole movement these days that kind of Cody Sanchez spurred on YouTube about boring businesses, right? And doing boring businesses. And I think most of the times when people say that term, they're talking about, plumbing, like electrician, stuff like that. But I would consider this to be a boring business, and there's a positive connotation associated to that these days, which is like a business that people are going to need no matter what, right? And it's not something that's super sexy, but it's just you're filling a need in the marketplace, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If you enjoyed this short clip from the podcast, you can check out another short clip right here. Or if you want to watch the full episode of this podcast, you can watch that here. And remember, knowledge is not power. It's applied knowledge that's power. Take care. Have a great rest of your day.